Hey guys, happy New Year's Eve to everybody. We're almost out of 2021 and I cannot even tell you how excited and happy I am for that. So I am here with this sweet little baby Melody, and I'm here to have a serious discussion. Yep, I'm going to be discussing what everybody's talking about right now. Why am I discussing something everybody's, I've seen it that people are sick of hearing about it, beating a dead horse. I've heard it all. And here's why we're going to talk about it and continue to talk about it. This topic has been a big one that we've taken on because 99.9% of us in the doll collecting community feel very strongly about standing behind, or maybe I should say beside, our artists. Now, the problem that I see going on, and I'm going to start this video off by saying that I'm probably going to make people on both sides of this viewpoint annoyed, pissed, whatever, because I look at this a little bit differently. I understand where the few collectors in this community, why they have taken the stance that they have. I do understand. I understand that 100%. Because they have been attacked, because they've been called out, they've been shamed, they've been tried to be called out to be embarrassed. There's been a handful of collectors that have a hard stance on stolen kits. They're stolen knockoff kits, and I understand why I've seen the certain channels stand up to that, because they feel attacked. And when someone is attacked, instead of retreating or understanding someone's point of view, most of the time I've seen that the opposite effect happens, that they sink their heels in even deeper. They dig them in and they take a stance because they feel like they're being wronged, because people are going after them. And I understand that. I understand that 100%. But I also understand why the channels that have spoken up, or the Instagram accounts, or the other collectors that have spoken up, I understand why they feel so harshly like they have to shame, call out, and make a point to go after these collectors that are sinking their heels in. I see both sides. It's not working. It doesn't work when you continue to call out people. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it. I'm just saying it's not working. So we need to look at a different approach. That's where this video comes in. I look at things a little bit differently because I have to negotiate every day for my job. It's what I do. I negotiate with hardcore attorneys, and I have to understand both sides. It's literally what I have to do to be able to get my job done, to come to a happy medium, something that works for both sides. So that is generally how I approach something like what's going on with the stolen kits in our doll community. It's literally how my brain works. I try to find a solution. It may not be the right thing always, but it's genuinely what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring our community together instead of splitting it up, because the attacks aren't working. You're alienating and making these collectors that have continued to buy the knockoff stolen kits, it's making them stand up and want to put it out there even more that they stand against you. And that's just not the way we can handle this situation. it encourages the bad behavior. So what I'm asking is for both sides to listen. Just hear me out. I feel very, very strongly about this topic. I feel very strongly about it, always have, because I've been in this community and I've watched it grow from the very, very early infancy stages of it actually occurring and becoming an actual hobby. I've watched artists grow and develop. I have Laura by Bonnie Brown in front of you. The sculpt is magnificent. I've watched Bonnie start her sculpting days as a young individual who grew into the most amazing, one of the most sought after, if not the most sought after, artist for sculpts. Her dolls are freaking phenomenal. We all know this. It's why people steal them, right? We get that. It's because her work is so good. We all understand that. So why is it so personal to me and to a lot of others? Well, we want nothing but the best for our artists. We want them to continue to be doing their best work, being creative, bringing these kits to us so that painters, artists that are painters, can bring them to life so we can enjoy them, like the one you're looking at. And without the artists, we don't have these dolls. We don't have a hobby. Without the artists, we have nothing. That's what people fail to understand. And I understand the other side of it. Without the collectors, there is no hobby as well. It's an equal give and take. It has to work for both sides. So equal respect should be given to both sides. And I do. I respect both. I respect all the collectors out there. I respect every single artist. Whether I love their work or don't love their work or it's not my cup of tea does not matter. It's somebody's cup of tea. And every artist puts their heart and soul into these creations. I'm going to use Bonnie Brown as an example because the most recent events have happened with Bonnie Brown, and she is truly the most copied. Her kits are the most stolen, and they have the most knockoffs that are to copy her dolls. And I know what people are going to say as I'm talking about this. They think it's a victimless crime. Those who continue to buy, I've heard all the reasons. The reasons behind why you've bought the stolen kits, the knockoffs, don't matter. They really don't matter. The reason why they don't matter is because it doesn't hold water, the reasoning behind it. And a lot of us have gone through how to acquire an authentic kit, how to save your money to get the doll you want without buying a knockoff. We've all addressed that, but people aren't listening. Those that are still buying and those that are out there loud and proud sharing that they will continue to do it and encourage others to do it aren't listening. So I'm going to try to explain to you guys why you should rethink your stance, why you should maybe think a little differently about what the buying of the fake stolen kits is doing to our artists. Bonnie went on to social media. Bonnie is a very quiet, soft-hearted soul. I've gotten to know Bonnie over the years. She is a very sweet, sweet young woman. Her sculpts are her children. Those are her babies. It's her life's work. It's what she's worked since she was a child to be able to bring to the doll community. She has cultivated her craft over many years, and we've watched her grow. I've watched her grow into the most brilliant, talented sculptor as a young woman in our doll community. When she takes the time, because she does not post much, she's very quiet, she keeps to herself, she hurts quietly. But when she takes to social media and she directly tells you, those out there that are proudly posting the knockoffs, her sculpts, knockoffs. When she comes onto social media and addresses you directly and says you are hurting her, you're hurting her, that's the time to listen. That's the time to really reconsider what you might be doing is not a victimless crime any longer. She's telling us she's hurting. She's telling us she's struggling. She's struggling to create. That's what something like this does to a brilliant sculptor. It makes them lose their creativity. It makes them lose their urge to want to create when people take them and steal the sculpts that she's worked hours upon hours, if not weeks or months, or maybe even years to create. One sculpt that we get to bring to life, that we get to enjoy. She's telling you she's hurting, and I need people to understand this is not a victimless crime. It's not. It's not the same as, and I've seen this so many times in comparison to knockoff handbags, knockoff Rolex watches, knockoffs of huge companies. This is not the same. Bonnie's not, and I don't think any of our artists are huge companies. They create because they love it. They don't always I can't even afford to live off of some of what they're doing, and it takes a long time to build the business. We keep saying, oh, you should patent your work, you should copyright your work. Yes, if it's possible, but I'm here to tell you that's not an easy process, especially for artwork. I've looked into it because I was curious myself. Is it really that simple? It's not. It also delays when an artist could actually put out a sculpt by a lot of time. It could take them months in delays once they finish a sculpt if they do want to try to protect it. So I see artists taking different steps. Bonnie's taking different steps. She's making COAs that are really, easy to know whether you've got an authentic kit or not. She's also didn't limit the Laura sculpt. She did not limit it. It's an open edition. Anybody can buy it. So there's no reason to go searching for a knockoff. There's no reason to buy a knockoff kit or fake reborn or whatever it is that these companies are putting out for cheap. There's no reason for it. So the reasoning behind it that I've heard from so many people in response to not only my videos, but others' videos, and their reasoning and why they think that it's okay. It's not okay. Your reasons don't hold water. And when an artist is pleading with you to stop, that you're hurting her, I think it's time to listen. It's sad that it comes to this, but I see how we got here. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not going to call out anybody. I'm not going to try to shame anybody because I don't think that's the way. I have not stopped watching, or I don't want to say I support. So those that I know support knockoffs, I don't support them. But I won't block them. I won't, take extreme measures to block and make them feel like, oh, you're not wanted. I'm not going to do that. And I know that there are a lot of folks that are guilty by association of their friends who have collected the knockoffs. They get dragged into it. That's not fair. I know how that works. I'm guilty by association to anything my friends do. I've been dragged through the mud because of it myself in the past, and it's not a fun thing. So for the collectors that want to associate people's friends, don't do it. What we need to do is continue to educate. We need to share why this needs to be reconsidered, why maybe you should think twice before you buy another knockoff stolen kit, fake reborn. I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you to reconsider. The domino effect of how it will eventually ruin our community is there. It's gonna happen if this continues down this road. Sculptors will stop sculpting. They will, if it continues to happen, because they will lose their creativity. They feel hurt. They don't feel supported. Our artists of all kinds need to be supported in our community, just as they need us in order to buy them. Give and take, guys. It goes both ways. Respect needs to be given on both sides. I respect everybody in this community, even though sometimes it's hard because I've been attacked, I've been wronged, you name it, I've been through it. I've seen it all. I've been scammed. But I don't have hatred for a single soul in this community. I generally lead in kindness. I think that's the way you have to approach it. And I will continue to do so. I've been told I'm too harsh from one group, and I've been told I'm not harsh enough from another. So I kind of tend to fall in the middle where I don't make most anybody happy, and I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to continue to talk about this. I'm going to continue to try to plead and get those that feel like they've been attacked, that feel like they can stand up and say there's nothing wrong with this. I'm going to continue to try to help them understand why they should reconsider. Not because the people who attack them win. Not because you feel like you've been shamed into giving up. I want you to truly understand why what you're doing is hurting everybody, but mainly the artists. I just want you to see the other side of it. And I'm appealing to your humanity to try to reconsider what you're doing. I'm not going to go after somebody. If someone has collected or has a couple of knockoffs, how they acquired them, it could have been accidental. I'm not here to judge. But moving forward, if you choose to support knockoffs and fake dolls, fake reborns, that's when you should stop and say, maybe I should rethink what I'm doing. A doll collector is a doll collector is a doll collector. I've heard that argument as well, and it's none of our business. But it is our business, because when an artist tells you you're hurting them directly, it becomes the community's business, because we stand up for our artists. We're there to support our artists, and I will always stand up for our artists. I have a platform. I like to use my platform for doing some good in this community. I try to use it for exactly that, and only that. Without our artists, without Bonnie Brown sculpts, we don't have dolls to collect. I can list so many artists. Without them, we don't have dolls to collect. The knockoff companies, they stop having sculpts to copy. It all goes downhill. I love this community too much to watch this, to continue watching this go on. I cannot condone people that outright promote buying these knockoffs. If you have knockoffs, keep it to yourself. Don't advertise it. Don't broadcast it. Don't tell your friends and everybody to just do you, boo. You do you, boo. That's the attitude. That's not okay. What you're doing is spreading more hurt. Please consider that the artist is asking you to stop. Bonnie Brown doesn't address most anybody publicly. I don't think I've ever seen her do that. But it's come to this, where she feels like she needs to address it because she's hurting. So please listen. That's all I'm asking. I will never be the judgmental person. This is not me being judgmental. This is me trying to help you understand. I will also not be judgmental of the channels that have attacked those that do collect these fake reborns and knockoff kits. I'm not going to attack either side because I understand it. I'm not saying either is the right way, clearly. It's wrong to support anything other than authentic doll kits. That's it. That's my stance. I won't come after you. I won't even call out your name, but I will continue to try to educate you why maybe you should reconsider. I'm hoping you'll reconsider. I think it's important for everybody to come together to support our artists, because the other alternative isn't good, guys. It's not. And I, for one, Don't want to see a single artist leave our community because they've had enough of people stealing their kits and then promoting it, that it's fine. We need to come together. We need to stand behind and beside our artists. We need to stand behind and beside Bonnie. Right now, she's hurting, guys. And it's up to us. Only us, our community, can fix this. We can. If you understand why it's wrong and you stop doing it, that fixes the problem. So I'm trying to change your mind, because I don't want to see something happen to our beloved community. And I fear it might, not immediately, but eventually it will happen. The effects will happen. And that would be devastating to me. I've been in this community a long time and I don't want to see it go anywhere. So just please consider. And like I said, I'm not here to make anybody feel shamed or embarrassed. I'm just asking you to reconsider your future purchases. Please, only buy authentic. Authentic is the way to go. Truly collecting authentic kits and dolls promotes more creativity from our artists. They feel supported, and therefore you'll get the support back. I would imagine that if you start changing how you approach this topic, this subject, and you stop making videos and stop showing pictures of fake reborns, knockoffs, those that have attacked you would probably gain a lot of respect for you if you just change how you think about it. And then we can all get along. That's my goal. I don't want to see anybody attacked for what they collect. It's none of my business what people collect, right? But when it hurts our community and it hurts our artists, it becomes everybody's business, because we, as a doll community, we stand together. We come together. It doesn't matter if someone has a beef with someone. Something like this, you set it aside and you come together. You stand together. And let me tell you, I'm here to say, being on the wrong side of the majority of the doll community is not where you want to be. It's not a comfortable place. I've seen it. We're a tight-knit community. For all of the crap we get and all of the nonsense we put up with, and people have this backbiting, fighting, this, that, and the other thing, it's amazing how we all set that aside to support our artists or support our fellow collectors when something happens. We come together. That's the uniqueness of our community. We band together. So come together on this. Let's, instead of attacking one another, let's come together and stand behind our artists, because that truly makes our community very strong. We can stand up against all of the knockoffs, all of the fake kits, and the companies that are making them. If we don't buy them, they stop making them. It's laws of supply and demand. That's what we need to do. And then it allows our artists to continue making and doing what they do best in creating. That's my hope. So if you've stuck with me this long, I really appreciate it. I want to reiterate that I'm not here to attack anybody. I'm not here to shame you. I just want you to see the other side. The artists need us to stand beside them and behind them. We need to stand up against things that take money out of their pocket and hurt them directly, because this is not a victimless crime. I need to say that again. It's not a victimless crime. It hurts our artists. So please reconsider. Nobody has to bow down or do anything other than just stop making the videos, stop sharing, and please stop buying these fake knockoffs. Please. That's it for me, guys. I know that this is a heavy topic. I know that it's very controversial. I'm not trying to be controversial at all. I'm just trying to get a point across. I'm trying to change minds. And if it changes one person's mind, then I've done what I've set out to do, because it's one less person that's buying these. I adore our artists. Without them, we don't have a hobby, guys. We need to remember that at the end of the day, without our artists, we don't have a hobby. This baby would not exist, which I adore. I adore so much, I'm going to have more than one. Because she's a masterpiece. And I want to continue to see what Bonnie puts out. I want to see what her creativity will continue to bring, because she just gets better and better, guys. I don't want to see her go away. I don't want to see her discouraged. Bonnie, we love you. We stand beside and behind you 100%. And I will continue to speak on this as long as it takes people to understand and to hopefully change their minds. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you all are enjoying your New Year's Eve. If you have big plans, please be safe. Be safe out there. Have fun. But we will definitely see you in the new year, because it's going to be an exciting one, guys. I'm looking forward to some new additions and just a lot of great things. So Happy New Year early. Maybe New Year somewhere already. If that's the case, Happy New Year, guys. I love you all. I support you all. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.